Spray Paint Simulator is coming to Game Pass, and it's the antithesis of Power Wash Simulator, which you might know of. Grab your tape, put up your paper, and spray the day away as you listen to the same handful of tunes on the in-game radio. Despite a low map count, it's actually a pretty decently lengthy and rather enjoyable affair, with a cooperative free paint mode to boot. This is the XboxEra review of Spray Paint Simulator. This game has the most bare bones of setup and story. A guy's giving you some cash to start your spray painting business. First, you just have a little battery-powered spray painter, some masking tape, paper, and paint. After working on a classic car, you'll move to a mobster's kitchen, spruce up an art museum, and work your way through the game's 7 overall levels. So one of them is literally just painting the cherry picker you eventually need for a bridge. Doesn't sound like a lot, but the last handful of levels took me like 3 to 5 hours each, and every job operates in the same way. You'll have to buy masking tape and paper, which you'll then use to cover up every part of the job you are not painting. Once you've used your sprayer, ladders, scaffolding, and eventual cherry picker to get that job done, you'll then mask over your fresh paint, remove certain pieces from the other areas, and start all over again. Rinse and repeat this until everything is painted its proper color, and then mask it all to finish a level. In the free paint mode, it is exactly what it sounds like. You just get to determine what colors you want to use and where, instead of following a set of instructions, and you can play with someone else in that one. There is said in-game radio, which will shuffle through a handful of licensed songs, not like big known bands, but more, Epidemic Sound or YouTube instrumental tracks. I jumped between Xbox and PC as this is a Play Anywhere title. The menu systems are a little funky, requiring you to actually navigate over to continue or exit. You can't just press the menu review buttons. And the right stick is your friend, not only for aiming your painter, but to highlight areas that need to be interacted with or painted over whenever you click it in. That aiming also does not feel good at all by default. Thankfully, some light tweaking to the camera speed helped slow things down enough to let me properly hit every nook and cranny. On the other hand, mouse and keyboard, at least on the Xbox PC version of the game, is kind of broken in the build that I reviewed. Every few seconds, and then sometimes every 20-30 seconds, the camera just jumps. It's like 5 to 10 in-game feet when you're aiming with the mouse. Never had that issue in any other title on my computer, and I ended up just using an Xbox controller when on PC because of it. Hopefully it's something they know about and either have fixed at launch or close to it. Outside of the aiming quirks, the game controls pretty well. You're going to use that B button a lot to either slouch down, kneel, or get in your belly, because these are key for finding every insane angle required to be able to paint every inch of an object to get that beautiful flash and ding. Much like other games in the genre, you need to reach roughly 98% coverage to have an item be considered done. Once you get there, there's a bright flash across that object, and there's a sound effect that lets you know it's time to move on to the next piece. And I think Spray Paint Simulator is a pretty decent looking game, even if a lot of the character art might look like it's AI. I don't know, we'll see. It ticks all the simulator boxes as far as asset quality and performance go. It's not great looking, nor is it ugly. The one area I do think detracts from the overall presentation is how the spray paint itself looks when coverage is low on an area. It's a highly pixelated jumble of color on top of the texture that doesn't, look like paint at all. It's obviously recoloring the original texture's individual pixels and not any forms of physics-based interaction, and I understand why. That helps the gameplay, as getting an even coat or doing all the primers, etc. would not be enjoyable. I get that it's just a video game take on spray painting, which is fine in the long run. I just wish they had figured out a way to make it a little more like an actual painting when you were close to it. And also, please do not make my mistake and leave the small nozzle on when you buy it. I had a job that was the kitchen that took me an hour and 20 minutes when I should have been done in maybe 15 or so, but I didn't realize that buying the nozzle automatically equipped it. There is no voice acting in the game, and as previously mentioned, a small number of tracks that will play on your in-game radio I ended up just going to my own podcasts or music because while it was fine, it became highly repetitive by the 5th loop on a single job. The only issues outside of that were the game having a few objects that were really hard to finish painting. The door in the kitchen level required an entire bucket of paint and me trying to hit it from every angle known to God before I had those final few percentage points register and that lovely ding sounded. Wrapping things up, Spray Paint Simulator is decent fun. I do not know if the devs have any DLC planned post-launch, but as is, there's just enough here that once you're done, I think most will have really enjoyed their time and probably be ready to move on.